what up, cut ups? I see that is still a lot of people out there being messy. Let them do them. But if you really want to hear what happened to me in prison, or just one of my prison story times, because I already have the video out there and I'm telling people why I went to prison, okay? But this video is just going to be a prison story time, okay? So if you want to see the truth and get it from the horse's mouth, stay tuned. Now, I was bounced around, okay? I was in the Milwaukee County Jail, in between there and a place called the House of Corrections, which is here in Franklin, Wisconsin. And I was bounced around between those two places for like 9 months, maybe a little bit longer, but I'm gonna say just an estimated time, 9 months, okay? And the reason why is because the House of Correction is like, the way it's set up there is, they're like dorms for the men and the women. It's like dorms. So it's like just one big open space, and they got bunks, pretty much bunk beds, in the whole room. Sorry about the outside noise. I think they dumping the garbage or whatever. But anyway, that's how it's set up at the House of Correction. It's like a dorm type of institution. So that's pretty much it. They really don't have a department for people that they feel have mental issues or are troublesome, like have behavioral issues, such as myself. So the Milwaukee County Jail does have a pod where, it's like a psych pod, So I was getting bounced around for that reason, because I was a troublemaker. I was mad, I was angry, I was hurt, I was just so many emotions that I was going through, just going to jail. Like knowing that I'm gonna do some time for the first time. That I couldn't wrap my brain around that, okay? So I did act out, I got into trouble and, this, that, and the other, but I was bounced around from those two places, House of Correction, Milwaukee County Jail, back and forth for about 9 months before I even got sentenced. And it's like the attorney, hold on, y'all. Damn. Somebody remains was found. Okay. But anyway, I didn't have a real attorney. I had a public defender who's really, working for the state of Wisconsin, really. Not really for my benefit. I don't care what they say or try to make it seem like he wasn't really working, to help me. I didn't think so. He wanted me to admit to 22 felony burglaries. No, I was not going to do that. Who does that? Who go to jail and tell on them damn selves? Like, it was laughable. And I was very arrogant, locked up. I definitely had an attitude with everybody. I didn't care. I'm like, my attitude was like, I'm in here. I can't get out. So, I'm mad at everybody. Everybody. And I was, and like I said, I acted out, but who's gonna tell on themselves? Okay? I was initially locked up for 1 count of burglary, all right? They went back, and I'm talking about the people at the place where I committed my crime, where I got caught, where, they pretty much cold hand busted me. I was in this spot. I came out the spot with something very, very valuable. It was winter, and I was trying to get away. I was on Prospect, and, I couldn't really get away. I didn't even have a car, y'all. I was walking in on the bus. So I couldn't get away, but I had a friend who lived on that block not too far. So I went over by his house and I was trying to be low key, like, dude, you know, just let me lay low here just for a little while. But what I didn't know is that the cops had already saw me when I left up out of the place where I did the crime. So they basically saw me go into the building. They knew I was in there. So I figured, I don't know what's gonna happen. You know, I'm in there sweating bullets. Just like, okay, this is it. I know I'm not gonna get out of this situation, okay? And he was tripping. I was making him nervous. He kept asking me, was I okay? Why was I so jittery? Why was I so, you know, I couldn't tell him, you know, the cops out there waiting to get me. So I didn't tell him, but I just took it upon myself to just go ahead and leave. So I left, bundled myself up and left. Prospect is a one-way street. The next street over is called Farwell. That's a one-way street too. And that's where the bus stop was. Man, and there's a furniture store across the street from the bus stop. I got right there in front of that damn furniture store, and literally across the street was the bus stop. If I just would have made it to that bus stop and got my ass on that bus. Not saying I would have been safe, because like I said, they was watching. They were predicting. They had been watching me for a minute and I didn't know. So it just wasn't good. I got caught, okay? And I went to the county, and that's why I was at the county for a while, and then, you know, to the House of Correction. So that was like the bounce around stage, like I said, for 9 months. But that's pretty much how it happened, okay? So, okay, so now I get sentenced, right? Now I'm off to the real prison, okay, to Cheetah. So I get there, and I was what was called a blueberry. And the reason why is because the newbies, you know, the new group or the new batch coming to prison or whatever, had to wear these blue one-piece jumpsuits. Kind of look like, you know, how you look like if you work at a damn gas station or at a car wash or some shit. It looked like it was like a navy blue jumpsuit that buttoned up. And I had to wear that for a while. And at that time, I was in just general population. So I was pretty much, you know, in population with everybody. I wasn't like segregated, you know, or I wasn't cut off from everybody, you know, yet. Okay, so my cellmate was this female, you know, Caucasian girl. She was young, and I forgot her name, y'all, but she was cool, you know. She took the top bunk, you know, gave me the bottom bunk, you know. We did what people that go to jail or go to prison do. You talk, you know, about your crime. You talk about your crime. You talk about, you know, things that you wish you would have did right, not to get caught. You know, and I'm just being honest, because society thinks that, and the people that make the laws think that they have all these programs and stuff set up where they think you're going to really get rehabilitated and all that, you know. Hey, I'm not going to say it don't work. It probably worked for some people. But most people, they in there finding out ways to become better criminals. And I'm just being honest, because it's the truth. They're in there comparing notes, learning shit, like I said, learning how to be a better criminal, how not to get caught, okay? And so me and my cellmate talked about that. Like I said, she was cool. She was nice. So I just didn't like it. You know, I mean, who would? You're locked up. You know you ain't getting out until they let you out. So in my brain, it was doing things, different things, you know, putting weird thoughts in my head and just crazy stuff that I know if I was out, I wouldn't probably be thinking about that type of stuff, you know. So I'm gonna say that I feel that I fell into, or what was the beginning of me going into depression, okay? And, you know, as the days went by, I just, like I said, I was feeling some type of way. And I can't really tell you all exactly how I felt, except for that I was angry, you know, I was hurt, I was mad at everybody, and I blamed everybody except for me, you know. That was how I felt. Like, I'm in here for nothing. You know, people out there committing bigger crimes. Why are y'all doing this shit? You know, let me out, okay? And yeah, that was totally the wrong way to be thinking, but that's how I felt. So I fell into a depression, and it got to the point where I didn't even want to shower. Like, I just didn't. Like, I would take bird baths, you know, in the cell. And, you know, I wasn't stinking or, you know, dirty or no shit like that. But you have to take showers at a certain time, you know. And I just didn't want to do it. I didn't want to do it. I didn't want to get into the shower. Okay. And like I said, I can't break it all down for you and tell you why, but I just didn't want to do it. So one morning, shower time, I got up. I just didn't want to get in that shower, y'all. So I rolled up my pants, the bottom of my my little uniform, and made it look like, you know, from the outside that I was actually naked and taking a shower. I got busted doing that, right? So um, I had to take a real shower. You know, they made me take off my uniform and take a real shower. I did, but they noted it and sent me to a therapist, a psychiatrist, okay? Because they was like, why is this lady in the shower in her uniform? And they couldn't figure it out. But that's because they work there. You know, they're used to their routine. They're not used to being the damn prisoner. So they don't think from my perspective, okay? So I had to see the therapist, and I had to see a couple of them, okay? So I was being smart, you know, with therapists. I was questioning them. I was being sarcastic. I was just basically a smartass to them, okay? And what they did was basically transferred me, you know, off that unit, and I went to a unit called the Monarch, okay? Now, keep in mind, you guys, this was like back in 2009 through 2012. So the Monarch was for people with mental issues, people with behavioral issues, stuff like that. And the Monarch, you basically didn't share cells. You didn't have, you know, a cellmate, because they felt like, you know, the people that got onto, you know, that unit, they felt like they needed to be by themselves, because I guess they considered us kind of dangerous, not knowing when, you know, somebody was going to flip out or act out or try to beat the guard up, or maybe somebody else, or, you know, because it happened all the time. But I was in there, right? I had my own cell. And I remember the first day I went, it was like, shit, what you call that shit? Damn, I forgot. But it's like when you have time to be out of your cell and just hanging out, you know, like watching TV, or, you know, sitting there talking with other inmates and stuff like that. It was day room time, okay? And so when I first went in there, I saw a familiar face, and I was like, And that person looked at me. I'm not going to say, this person's name. Um, but she was the best friend of my cousin Nikwa. And my cousin Nikwa was the one that do my braids, okay? It was her best friend. When we was out on the streets, I had met this girl through my cousin. So I was cool with her, because of my cousin. But she was the first person I saw in there. So I was like, well, okay, at least, I know somebody up in this spot, okay? So I sat down, with her. After I went to my cell and, got situated, just, I came back out and sat and talked to her. Like, I didn't even know she was locked up. I hadn't seen her in such a long time, but I noticed that she was very lethargic, like weird. Like she wasn't like it on the street. She was a fast talker. She was she was quick-witted. Like she was like a zombie, like a damn machine. I mean, like a slow talking ass machine. It was weird to see her like that, but come to find out, she was heavily medicated. So that's why she was like that. She talked so damn slow. I mean, it irritated me really to talk to her because, by the time she finished what she was trying to say, I was bored with the conversation, but it irritated me. But at the same time, I kind of felt sorry for her because I knew what she was like out there on the streets, and she wasn't like that. So maybe she wanted to be medicated like that because a lot of women do when you go to jail. They get them meds. I did it too. They get them meds and especially, to go to sleep because what else can you do? I mean, don't get me wrong. You can work out. When it was warm, you can go outside and stuff and do stuff. But what else can you do? You can't leave. You can't get out. So it is what it is. But we talked and, got reacquainted. And then I start, meeting other people there. And my best friend, I'm just going to call this person Miss Jo Shay. Okay, I'm just going to say Miss Jo Shay became my best friend up in there, y'all. And she was different. She was different. I'm going to tell y'all, some of them people did need to be in that department. Okay, I didn't think I needed to be in there. I was just angry and, but whatever. Okay. She needed to be in there, y'all. but I didn't care. She still became my best friend, okay? But she clearly had a lot of issues up there, okay? I'm not making fun of it. It's like I said, I got my mental issues too. But, at least I can identify mine. Some of these people was way on a different level. Okay, I'll say that. A different level. But still, she became my friend regardless of what level she was on. We was best friends. So it got to the point where every time it was, time to come out of the cell and, mingle with other people and stuff like that, I would sit with her and Jessica. So now it was the three of us. And then it was this other girl, two other girls, okay? I'm going to call them Alexa and Tammy, okay? Crazy as hell. They got us locked down a lot. They got us locked down a lot for just acting out in their room. Tammy used to scream and holler and talk about people was in her room with her and shit like that, and she was really thought it was really happening. So a lot of times she made us lose our daytime hours and evening hours because we had to go lock in because she was in there tripping. And the other girl, Alexa, she was a cutter. She would cut herself, for attention, to get out the cell. But at the same time, she got out the cell. We had to lock in. So we didn't like that. So, we talked to her about that. And, once everybody came out and it was cool, we talked about that with her. And we tried to support each other. It was us four, okay? The three ladies and myself, we tried to have our own little support group. Crazy as hell, but we still tried to have our own little support group and, you know, try to help each other, okay? What else? What else do you have to do? Okay. So it was us. We was like the four musketeers, okay? And it was, I liked it. I really did. But we eventually did get to the point where we got her to stop acting out, okay? Both of them, Tammy too. But at the end of the day, guys, I just want to say that it's just so tough being in jail or prison or whatever, you know. It's tough, you know, for anybody that's been there. So yes, you know, I did start to, you know, withdraw a little bit. You know, I try to keep myself busy. Y'all, I had a lot of books and stuff. You know, I was reading and, you know, all that stuff. And then they had a setup where you can get a TV, you know, for a week. I mean, you could buy one, but you can get a TV or you can rent one. Rent a TV for a week. So that was kind of cool, you know. So I really just didn't really watch TV. I guess I wanted the TV in there for the sounds, like as a companion. I know it might sound crazy, but just to hear the voices and stuff. Like, I didn't really need the TV in there, but that was just part of the reason why it was there, you know. But I just wanted to hear something, some other voices besides my own voice and my own thoughts, you know, just basically just eating me up, because I was missing my family. I was missing my friends. Yeah, it was tough. It was tough. It was tough. So yeah, you know, it was rough. It was tough. But you know, one of the happiest times I can say was, you know, having that little group. You know, we had fun. Don't get me wrong. You know, summertime and stuff, we would go out on the yard and we talked and we did type, you know, fun stuff. I mean, we could only talk, you know, to talk shit. That's all we really did. But it was fun, you know, reminiscing and all that type of stuff. And that really helped. That really helped. But I still did withdrawals, you know, sometime, y'all, because I just wanted to get out of there. You know, I just wanted to go home. So another happy time was like Canteen Day, you know. Canteen Day was lit. You know, it was the shit. People was happy. Canteen Day. You at the sale, you got your face pressed all up against the glass, looking to see, you know, what's going on, because you can hear, you know, it's all of the activity, because it's Canteen Day. Motherfuckers was happy, okay? I know I was happy. So it's like on Canteen Day, you like the president, you know. It's an important situation. It's important. So it is what it is. But there was no happier day until it was really just time to leave that place, y'all. So I knew my release date. It was getting close to that time. And I just started riding my time, y'all. I just rolled my time till it was time to go home. And I went home. And that's pretty much it, y'all. Here I am. So yeah, guys, you know, it was time to go. I rolled my time. It was over. Time to go home. And that was in June or July. June or July of 2012 when I went home. And y'all, I was big as a house. I was 200 and over 250 pounds. I was like huge, because I had all that damn canteen, you know. I was huge. And then I was, you know, I was taking psych meds too. They were low dosages, but I still did take them. So some of those psych meds will make you gain weight. So that was part of it too. But I also just had a lot of canteen. But guys, it was time to go. It was time to go. So I went ahead and, you know, when they say to keep your release date to yourself, That's very true. Because people do get jealous. People get mad. You know, they get in their feelings because you getting out. And they're not. So, you know, I kept that, you know, to myself. I had already knew that though, you know, from previous times of being in jail. Just not prison, but just like the county type little stuff. But I kept it to myself, and I just, the day it was time to go, I was too hyper, you know, couldn't wait to get out that place. And the next thing you know, I was here in Milwaukee. I remember going to my relative's house, Sweet Baby Ray house. Everybody was there, okay? Because I told them I wanted me some fried chicken and some fried fish when I came home. I ain't care about really nothing too much, but I wanted chicken and fish, okay? So you talk about an emotional homecoming. Oh my God, it was, I was happy to be out, but I felt so embarrassed too. And the reason why is because I was huge, you guys. I didn't, like what they gave me to put on, you know, it was so dead. It was summertime. It was so tight. Y'all could hardly fit it. You know, I felt like, damn. You know, I just didn't feel good. I didn't feel good about my weight. It was horrible. But my family, y'all know my family didn't care about that. They was just glad I was home. And I was glad to see them. Everybody was there. Everybody was there. So that did feel good. I felt all the love. I knew they loved me unconditionally. My family does. So had a little party. I remember them taking me, like my cousins and stuff, taking me shopping to buy me sundresses and stuff like that, you know, because they knew how feminine and stuff I was before I went and how I was. But I came back kind of, you know, a little rough. Came back a little rough, but my family didn't care. They was there for me 100%, 110%. I got to give them their props on that. So, you guys, yeah, that's my prison story time, and you know, I'm glad it's over. It only took me one time, guys, to go to prison once, get out, and no, I ain't going back. So, and I haven't been back. Well, I've been to jail, you know, since I've been out of prison. I have been to jail a couple times, you know, because I was on parole for like 3 to 4 years on parole. So I had to see my PO and stuff, you know, once a week. And I dropped dirty, you know, a couple times, and I dropped dirty. So I got locked up a couple times. So it was minor stuff, you know. That's pretty much it, though. I really haven't looked back, you know, and you can never say never because you never know what's going to happen in life. But I'm just so glad that I'm here now and that I'm able to move forward, talk about it. That's important. Talk about it, get it out. You know, let people know my struggle and what I've been through, you know, and that's pretty much it. Because look at me now. I'm right here, I'm doing well, and I'm okay now. So thank you all for watching the story time. I hope you all have enjoyed it. I will see you all next time. Bye, cut ups.